Listening to EMON and what he's saying about eating and dieting, I think a lot of it has to do also with our financial situation. You know, breakfast is breaking your fast after you're sleeping. So for you to have the proper nutrition throughout the day, so that way you can balance your body out, right? I think that's extremely important. I think that sometimes when we look at what we eat is not sometimes out of choice, but out of necessity. You know, if you don't have the financial means to eat properly, you're gonna eat McDonald's, you're gonna eat pizza, you're gonna eat Wendy's, you're gonna eat whatever is economically available for you. I mean, gout was the rich man's disease, high in proteins, people that ate red meat. And I think that a lot of times we eat what sometimes is available for us, and what's available for us sometimes is not the most nutritious thing for us. Is what's available and what we can obtain at that time. So I think that that also is a big factor in, you know, the food that we consume, is because we're limited economically to a certain extent on what we eat. And if you want to have a head of lettuce versus having a red leaf lettuce, you're going to have to go spend a little bit extra to get something healthier. A lot of us, we can't afford to go to Whole Foods and spend our whole paycheck at Whole Foods. You know, we're going to be able to buy whatever we can financially afford to consume. And sometimes the cheaper ham, the cheaper salami that we buy in the bodegas is not the most healthiest thing we're taking into our body. And so we're not at fault for eating a ham and cheese sandwich versus someone else that can afford to have a more nutritious ham and cheese sandwich versus us, because we still think it's a ham and cheese sandwich, but it's just not as healthy because of the byproducts that they put into a lot of the foods that we have.
But you're totally right. Like, it's so hard for me to go to the supermarket and get what I need. Well, it's hard to get what I want and to get what I need in the supermarket, because what I want to buy and what I need are two different things. And being that I do not have a job and I am financially in a bind, I have to buy things that I need than rather what I want. Because I can want to just buy fruit and stuff, and that's that, but will that last? No. I need to buy things that, with this little bit of money, who said they give me, I can make it last for a week or two or three. You know what I'm saying? Because I may want to buy a salad, but that salad by day 4 is bad.
Absolutely, I agree.
So what I have to do, I have to turn that salad into some Hot Pockets. I have to turn that those grapes into some ravioli or some tuna or something that's going to stick to my stomach and make sure I'm able to eat and survive for the next day. So right now, I'm not eating to be fat. I'm eating to survive.
girl. Let me go see. Let me go see. I hope I'm telling the truth. Don't make a boy corn for lunch. Lord, girl, look at here. Jesus Christ. Look here, this is organic. Come on, show you. See that worm? If that worm wasn't in there, it wouldn't be corn. And I can call it organic. No chemicals. See it? Isn't that pretty corn? See the little worm sticking around there? See the worm bite? See, he just fell off. See him right there? See the little worm tickling?
Oh, right, yeah.
See him moving? Yeah, he was right here. See him? He was right there. Now, we're going to cut this. I'll meet that ear corn. Look at this corn. I'm sure going to pull me a couple of them. You usually got to wait. I'm going to give me a ear corn or two. I'm going to need some of this. And I'm not going to tell nobody that's in here either. They would come down trying to steal my corn. I'm not going to tell a soul we got corn. Nobody. Lord, girl, look at here. I wish I had a sack. Lord, I wish I had a sack. You might stay for lunch now. Okay. She's okay. Look at here. Look at here. Look at, no wonder I told that raccoon showed me something. A raccoon showed me where the corn was. This is, you can't get corn no fresher than this. I'm gonna show you something. People don't know I got. That's enough. Next 3 weeks, the next 2 weeks, there ought to be peas on them. That on the back side is okra.
They need to start interning a lot of these students on farms or some agricultural type ventures. So let's see what it's all about. You know, but very little internship is done. You know.
How old are you?
109. I guess it taught me how to love and keep on loving. This community was...
Girl, my father and mother had 5 daughters early on. My brother really was not born until I was almost 18. And a couple of months after my father had been murdered.
Land has so much power.
Utilize, get the most out of the space that you have, you know.
Well, I had all different, different stuff in there, Peas, butter beans, cabbage, collards, and turnips, mustard, some putting a little everything I had.
You did it, you raised it yourself, or did you have help?
I raised watermelons and all like that there.
See the little worm sticking around there? See the worm bite?
The vegetables, because they don't want the bugs to eat the vegetables, so they're gonna kill the bug, and they're gonna kill you, and they're gonna maximize their dollar. And so in that sense, I'm trying to be like the people that came before me. I want to keep it natural as possible, because black farmers in the old days were not trying to maximize their dollar. They were trying to feed their family. So I want to try to feed the community. I want to try to do something that's small.
Project EMON, and I am here with my sister, good friend, Hakima Abdul Malik. And Hakima is a member of the food co-op here in Park Slope. Hakima, would you mind just sharing with us how this experience is? What is it like to be a co-op member, and how long you've been doing it?
I feel like I've been here forever. It's so wonderful. I'd say approximately, it might have been a little less, around 20 years. 20 years I've been a member. And when I joined the co-op, one of the main things I loved about it, even before I actually became a member, is the idea of working together, unity, that group of people coming together, living in a city and having fresh food, fresh produce, organic foods, and we actually get it at least about 20% less than what you'd actually pay if you went to a health food store or outside of another store.
20% less? That's a lot.
20%, yes. And then the foods are actually short shelf life because people are constantly coming in and purchasing things. So the other thing that I really find exciting about the co-op is that it's a community effort, that we come together and everybody participates in making it part. There's an initial fee that you pay to join. Mine probably is a lot less because, as I say, I've been a member for many years. But once you pay that initial amount of money, you have access to everything in our food co-op. And you have to, every 4 weeks, every member who's of adult age has to work 2 hours to 45 minutes every 4 weeks, doing whatever you want to do within the co-op that needs to be done, which is everything. So what we do is everybody participates, cashier, putting items out, checking anything that's extra that may have been sitting and gotten spoiled, or not spoiled, but maybe has been out a long time. It also
reaching its expiration date.
Expiration date, but fresh. That goes to soup kitchens. So then those foods actually go to a soup kitchen where people can utilize those goods. So I love the idea of being able to pay less for really good food. And there's some items here that you don't find elsewhere.
Okay. You're going to take us on a brief tour?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we'll get started right where you're actually standing. Fresh produce.
Fresh produce. There are loads of things. You have, portobello mushrooms. There are carrots, which is really exciting, especially those who want to do lots of juicing. I mean, when I leave the co-op, I feel wonderful because there's always lots of wonderful fresh foods. I can go home and do my juicing. I have salads, whatever it is that you like, we have it here. So there are lots of fruits and vegetables. We have sprouts.
I'm here with Ann Purple, and she's the general coordinator for the food co-op here in Park Slopes, and also with my good friend Hakima. Hakima has taken me graciously around your beautiful store, Ann, and I was just amazed at the produce, the colors. I mean, we don't really need to add the chemicals to God's product. I mean, it's just coming out the earth just fine all by itself, right?
Right, yeah.
And can you share with us what do you think are the major challenges with people getting the idea of using these chemicals, the genetically modified foods and things like that? When people come in the store, are they really looking for organic, or do they even care?
I think that some people really care. I see that, and people have expressed that they will actually pay a little more for organic because that is extremely important to them, to avoid pesticides. Might be for a current health reason that they have, or just they feel that it protects them in the future from maybe having a health problem. Mm-hmm. And then there's some people, I think, that attempt to eat organic when they can, but are also conscious about their budget and sometimes have to choose a non-organic item. There's some groups of foods that we never offer a conventionally grown, so in our leafy greens, that would be like the lettuce and the cabbage and the kales and the collards. We would never offer those unless they were organic. We feel that's really important in that category of food to offer organic because it's a category of food that's very highly susceptible to pesticides and pesticides residue. So we want to help our members in that way. But like a food like asparagus, for example, we will often offer, and I think we currently do, conventionally grown asparagus and organic asparagus. And we do that because there's, like I said, there's some people that always want to buy organic. But the price difference between the two are significant enough that some people won't be able to buy the organic. So we offer the conventionally grown asparagus. And asparagus is not one of those foods that is have a lot of pesticides residue. It's not something that's grown. When it's grown, it doesn't need a lot of pesticides to protect it because it's actually grown under a mound of dirt mostly. It's grown underground more than above ground. So there's sometimes we make choices like that. We definitely, the environmental working group, I mean, if your viewers want to look at that website, they have list on there of the things that you should always try to eat organic, because of the pesticide residue, and also because in farming those products so many pesticides are used that they leach into the water, and that causes other problems for people. So there's lists like that, and things that they also say that if you can't afford the organic, these are the things that you could feel comfortable buying.
It looks very different. Celery root. That's something I had never seen before coming here.
Okay, and that says
celery root.
I cannot believe my son. He is just truly losing so much weight. Talk to us. What are you doing? What's changing?
I had to trick myself into thinking that everything else is going to be there after I finish losing the weight. I ain't got to worry about the cookies, the cakes, the snacks, and nothing now, because when I drop to 200 pounds, this is going to be there. So what am I missing? Really, nothing. I'm eating less, walking more, exercising more. My free membership at New York City Sports Club just finished. So ironically, somebody was supposed to sponsor me, which was one of my teachers, but that fell through. So by the grace of God, one of my classmates are sponsoring me to go to Planet Fitness on a regular, and that's the bill I don't have to pay because right now I'm neck up in bills. So that's a blessing. So I'm going to the gym on a regular. I really don't eat out no more. The foods, the snacks, nothing. I don't snack no more. If it is, it's a momentary thing, just to curb the craving. Like yesterday, since the graduates are graduating, they're doing a lot of parties and stuff like that. I had a slice of cheesecake, but it was so small that it was just to curb the craving. And after that, I didn't want no more sweets. My body, it's a regular thing that even if I eat something out of the norm that I usually eat, it's giving me a problem. Like I have to go to the bathroom, or I feel sick or something. So
how is it making your mind feel when you eat the garbage stuff? Do you feel lethargic and foggy and stuff like that?
At the beginning, yes, I did. But now I have this whole mindset, well, okay, I don't restrict myself from everything because that's when the problem starts. That's when failure can seep in. What I do is that if I do want something, or if I do crave it, or if a friend is eating something like Popeyes or whatever, I'll nibble it. It just that at that one time. But after that, I kick right back into gear. I drink a lot of water. I do smoothies now. I do low-calorie stuff. Believe it or not, nothing in my house is over 300 calories. Nothing. So even if I snack or indulge in something, what is it going to be? Carrots, fruit, water, a Hot Pocket, which is not even a regular Hot Pocket. It's a lean pocket. I got vegetables in my house. So even if I do indulge in something, it would not hinder me, such as having cookies, cakes, chips, ice cream. I've been craving ice cream, but I don't kick into it. Like, when I go to school, there's KFC, there's McDonald's, there's Popeyes. And I go outside thinking, okay, what I'm going to eat. And I walk myself either to the smoothie spot to get a smoothie or a salad, or if I want something to curb my hunger, I go to Chipotle's and get like a salad or whatever. Chicken. I stop eating beef and pork and stuff like that. If I do want it, I substitute it with something else. I can't no longer eat that stuff. I haven't had matter of fact, I had a meeting the other day and I went to Wendy's. I actually thought they burnt my fries because it looked so bad. But I remember like, oh my God, Wendy's don't take the potato skins off. And my friend was like, You never been to Wendy's? Like, I haven't been to Wendy's in so long. I haven't had takeout, hamburgers. I had a hamburger that day, it was just so nasty to me.
Mm-hmm.
So my taste buds and my whole, my appetite is changing literally every day.
Mm.
And for those of you that think you can't do it or whatever, or I have a friend of the show named Chappie, he feels like he can't do it. Where it's all just, it's a mindset. You have to really put it in your mind that, you know what, I need to stop. I gave it everything this year cold turkey. 2013 came, I was like, I don't want none of it. Because I knew I had a weight goal. I knew I had to change because everything was hindering me. Everything was baggage. And I need to let this baggage go. I need to throw out the garbage. And you know what? I put it in my mind and I'm doing it. Even if you have a setback, do not let it set you back a mile away. Because you can always get back on track and do it all over again. Don't let something hinder you where you just stop the whole process all over, the whole thing. Because then that's when failure and that's when depression can seep in and mess up your life all over again. It's a process. You have to let yourself know that, you know what, I wanted to change, I can do it. And just tell everybody, today is the 19th of April. We're here at my school. We're going to talk to some people. Today I want to bring in my professor, Miss Polidor. She's somebody that works out with me. She keeps me in check with my food intake, and she helps me even when I want the most weirdest things. So let's bring Miss Polidor.
Hello, Iman.
Hey, Miss Polidor.
How are you?
Say hello to the world.
Hello, world.
I just want you to tell a little bit to the audience. What do you see? What do you see in me now that I'm starting to change my health, my daily intake of different types of food, and I'm just striving to be a new me?
Okay, well, from the time I have known Iman from being a student here at the Allen School, I see that his enthusiasm has grown. He has also become more focused in his own health awareness. He has lost a tremendous amount of weight since he's been here, and I think not only has he become more aware of his own health status, he has also become a role model for his fellow classmates.
Yes, you see, I'm doing it. But that's what I really want to talk to you about. Now that I'm changing and becoming the quote-unquote fat boy kid or whatever, and I'm starting to change the whole image on being a plus size or being the derogatory term fat, I'm seeing a lot of different people being motivated by my own strive and my own success of trying to lose this weight. Do you feel as a person that I have kind of triggered you to want to lose the weight along with me as just a person?
Yeah, well, definitely. Working out with Iman twice a week for the past 5 weeks has definitely kept me encouraged, because if I see that he's capable of doing the entire workout from when we started from 15 minutes all the way to 1 hour, then he definitely gave me that motivation that I have to keep up with him. So I think by Iman establishing himself as a healthcare professional, you also have to play a role and be positive. If you're going to take care of people, you have to learn how to take care of yourself first, and I think that he has definitely demonstrated that over the past couple of weeks, that he is starting to take care of himself.
See, thank you so much, Ms. Polidor. Like, you really not only teach me, but you also keep me inspired and keep me motivated, as well as my other classmates. And I just thank you for joining my journey and keeping me in check, even when I want, you know, the cookies, the cakes, the ice cream, all this other stuff, which I shouldn't really be eating. But I just want to say thank you, and just like keep continuing to keep me in my toes, because that's what I need. Like, what you got coming to school and being around you guys really keeps me in check on my goal for success and to lose this weight. So once again, everybody, this is Miss Polidor. She teaches me everything I need to know and keeps me in check. So we're Healthy Kisses. See you guys.
There we go. These autos are that right there, actually. That's what an auto looks like. And you gotta be able to have no fear crossing the street. And I mean no fear. Nothing stops. So if you wanna cross the street, you gotta bombard and bogart your way and make sure people see you. Now they'll honk, right? But you gotta get across the street. It's an adventure. It's like the video game Frogger out here. So let's see what and see the whole thing, like with talking and getting into an auto. You have it's like a bargain. You got a deal. So this is where we gotta go. You know the place? For real, you know. One day you're on a futon sharing it with your friend at your friend's house with no place to stay. And 4 years later, after saving, you build your own business, and now you're in India, halfway around the world.